Thank you. On behalf of myself and my colleagues on the board, I extend to all of you a warm welcome to the 102nd Annual General Meeting of our company. Let me also welcome all the directors on the board. I wish to inform our shareholders that all the directors, including the nominees of our parent company, Kansai Paint Company Ltd, Japan, I request the directors to introduce themselves one by one. Sorry.
So, Mr. Noel Tata, please.
Yeah. Just let me begin. Yeah.
Good morning. I am Noel Tata, Independent Director. I'm also the Chairman of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee. I'm participating in this meeting from my office in Mumbai.
So, Sonia?
Good morning. I'm Sonia Singh, Independent Director. I'm also the Chairperson of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee. I'm participating in the meeting from Hampi, Karnataka in India.
Mr. Anuj Jain?
Good morning. I'm Anuj Jain, Managing Director, and I'm participating in this meeting from our head office in Mumbai.
Thank you. Mr. Nishibayashi?
Hi, I'm Hitoshi Nishibayashi, Non-Executive Director. I'm participating in this meeting from Kansai head office in Osaka.
Thank you.
Mr. Takara-san?
Hi, good morning. I'm Shiaki Takahara, Non-Executive Director. I'm participating in this meeting from the KPJ Osaka office in Japan. Thank you.
Tomioka-san?
Good morning. I am Tomioka. I'm participating in this meeting from head office of Kansai Japan in Osaka. Thank you.
Thank you. I apologize for the bad connectivity. I am now requesting shareholders to note that the chairman of the audit committee, that is myself, the chairman of the nomination and remuneration committee, Mr. N.N. Tata, and the chairperson of the stakeholders relationship committee, Ms. Sonia Singh, are present at the meeting through video conferencing. I also wish to inform our shareholders that the representative of the statutory auditor, SRBC and Company LLP Chartered Accountants, and the secretarial auditor, Csr and Associates Company Secretaries, by video or other audio visual means without the physical presence of the shareholders at a common venue. The AGM is being held accordingly. In accordance with these circulars, the annual report for the the year 2021-22, along with the notice of the AGM, has been sent on May 31st, 2022 by electronic mode to those shareholders whose email addresses are registered with the company or depository participants, while physical copy of the annual report has been sent to the shareholders on request. The annual report, including the notice of the AGM, given on pages 100 to 112 of the annual report, is available on the website of the company and has also been forwarded to the BSE and NSE. With the permission of the shareholders, I take the notice of the 102nd AGM as read. As the auditors retained any qualified comments on financial transactions, any matter which would have had any adverse effect on the functioning of the company, the same need not be read at the AGM, as provided in Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013. Also, there are no adverse comments in the report of the secretarial auditor. The same need not be read at the AGM. Shareholders are requested to note that the Board of Directors of Kansai Paint Company Ltd, Japan, which is our parent company and holds 40,41,35,898 equity shares of the company, has passed the necessary resolution under Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013, authorizing its representative, Mr. Hitoshi Nishibayashi, to act on its behalf at the AGM of the company. A copy of this resolution is available with the company and is submitted with the scrutinizer of the meeting. The inspection documents, including the documents mentioned in the annual report and notice of the AGM, are available with the company for inspection through electronic mode in terms of the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. I would like to make a few brief comments about the year under review, the financial year 2021-22, where the economy witnessed a roller coaster ride. In the first quarter, towards the end of April and throughout May 2021, the industry saw muted volumes due to curbs imposed on account of the second wave of COVID-19 infections. The second and third quarters with industry led to reduced automotive paints business. Material costs continued to increase due to rising crude oil and chemical prices, which resulted in an unprecedented inflation. The currency also depreciated during the year, which further impacted raw material prices. As a result, finished goods costs rose significantly during the year. Finished goods costs rose significantly during the year. The fourth quarter witnessed another crisis in the form of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Overall, the business environment was extremely uncertain and volatile. Amidst the challenges, your company continued its offering of new products and solutions, expanded its distribution network, and entered new business segments, resulting in top-line growth of 24.7%. Operating costs were kept under control by various cost reduction initiatives across all functions. Nevertheless, steep inflation increase has been sufficient to offset the inflation in the case of the decorative business, but in the industrial business, the price increases have been insufficient, and field hidden is 225% for 2021-22.
Sir, can I, because there is an interruption in between, if you allow me, should I take it over from here?
I think that would be better.
Yes. So, apologies for, some connectivity issue at the, Mr. Shah is there, but, there is some interruption which is happening in between. So, I'll read this speech on his behalf.
From paragraph 10, yes, whatever, you can start.
Yeah. So in the international business, there were similar challenges as seen in the domestic side, with unprecedented material price inflation coupled with supply challenges. Price increases were targeted to offset the inflation. Focused cost reduction initiatives were undertaken to sustain margins. New product launches, marketing campaign, distribution expansion, and computerized color dispensing machine penetration and influencer program initiatives too were undertaken during the year. Best practices in areas of productivity and sustainability were driven across all the subsidiaries. Our international subsidiaries in Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka have shown true resilience and have posted strong top-line growth. However, Sri Lanka is facing an economic crisis which has impacted business activity and the day-to-day lives of the citizens. Under these circumstances, measures have been taken to safeguard business interests and employees. Sri Lanka will need close watching. In the year under review, our company continued to expand its product portfolio as per the evolving preferences of the consumer and bring to the market many unique and technologically advanced painting solutions for homes, automobiles, white goods, and infrastructure projects, just to name a few. Numerous new high-end products in the premium and economy segments were launched and promoted through many unique marketing initiatives. The company's new product strategy centered on the evolving consumer needs and preferences, and as a result, a new brand expression, that is Paint Plus, was introduced during the year, which stands for the company's commitment to offer more to its customers, that is paint with added benefits. The company launched multiple products with characteristics that are combining the brand promise of healthy home paints, which are 100% heavy metal free by design, and low VOC, which is volatile organic compound products, and the new brand expression Paint Plus. The company's R&D and the new product development focus not just on paint performance, but also the safety and well-being of the consumer and the environment. The company continued to develop products that are sustainable, environment-friendly, functional products with reduced wastage during application, antibacterial and stain resistance properties. In the pursuit of this endeavor, new products such as Excel Mica Marble Stretch and Sheen, Beauty Gold Washable, Nerolac PU Enamel 10-in-1, Zinc Yellow Metal Primer, Beauty Sealing Emulsions, and products in wood coatings, construction chemicals, and adhesives were launched. The company continued to set higher benchmarks on various parameters of quality, cost, and delivery, and this resulted in it being considered as the priority supplier across many automotive OEMs and ancillaries. The company received Best Supplier Awards from major OEMs during the year. In the electric vehicle category, the company is present across all segments, whether it is two-wheeler, three-wheeler, passenger vehicle, and commercial vehicle. Company is a strong player in the electrical vehicle segment in the country and will continue to focus on this segment with value-added products for its customers. The sustainable product developed by the company have a lower carbon footprint during their manufacturing and use phase. The company also is building a portfolio time and again that offers new unique to category product with long-term value to its esteemed customers. The value-added and value engineering solutions offered by the company have added significant value to customers in areas such as finish, consumption reduction, productivity, and energy savings. For the auto refinish business, the company developed the antiviral clear coat, a unique product which is first of its kind, providing health safety to our customers. Company witnessed significant growth in niche segments such as rebar coating and super durable product powder in powder coatings. Our company has also taken forward the digitization agenda to improve customer responsiveness, reliability, speed, and productivity. The various initiatives undertaken by our company, including new product launches, have been elaborated in our annual report for this year. Sustainability has been one of the key areas for the company. We aim for sustainable growth by protecting and nurturing our triple bottom line, people, planet, and profit. As part of this objective, we are focused on decarbonization, resource use, quality of life, and governance as key materiality areas. Company has set an inspiring target of becoming water positive by financial year 2024-25. Our sustainability disclosures comply with global reporting initiatives standards. Environment, health, and safety have always been a cornerstone of our business strategy and value system. Our company has been placed in the top quartile in manufacturing space and rated the #1 in the paint sector in the CRISIL ESG compendium. It is also recognized by S&P Global and ranked in top quartile of global chemical industry S&P ESG Index in Corporate Sustainability Assessment 2021. All our facilities are ISO 14001 and 45001 standards certified, and all major plants are zero liquid discharge facilities. The company's corporate social responsibility programs promote social advancement with a focus on events that benefit the underprivileged and disadvantaged. Several initiatives leading to improvement in livelihoods, healthcare and sanitation facilities, educational access in the communities where we operate, and welfare and skill upgradation of our painter community were also undertaken. The company is in full compliance with all the requirements of the Companies Act 2013 and the rules thereunder, and also with the requirement to be fulfilled and disclosure to be made in terms of SEBI LODR Regulation 2015. While unprecedented high inflation coupled with supply chain uncertainties remain, we are hopeful that the company will continue to demonstrate agility and resilience to successfully overcome the challenges in the short term and build a sustainable future over the long term. I'm also confident that the management will give a good account of itself. My best wishes are to all at the helm of affairs. We thank you, our shareholders, for the continued faith that you have shown in the company. We take this opportunity. Before this, let me make a mention of a change that has undertaken in our board of directors. Before Mr. Anuj Jain, our new managing director introduced. Anuj Jain is our new managing director. Mr. H.M. Baruka retired as the vice chairman and the managing director of the company on completion of his term from the close of business on 31st March 2022, and also registered as a member of the board of directors of the company from the same date. The board of directors has placed on record its sincere appreciation and gratitude for the very valuable and outstanding contribution made by Mr. Baruka during his long and fruitful association with the company, including his tenure as deputy managing director, then as the managing director, and subsequently as the vice chairman and managing director of the company. We take this opportunity to thank our parent company, Kansai Paint Company Ltd, Japan, and our other technical collaborators, including Oshima Kogyo Company Limited, Japan, Cashew Company Limited, Japan, and Protect Chemicals Limited, Canada. Our special thanks to Mr. K. Mori, the president of Kansai Paint Japan, for the consistency, quality, and cordiality of assistance that we have received from Kansai Paint and for their valuable services to our company. Let me place on record my sincere appreciation of the active interest, guidance, and support that my fellow members on the board of directors have shown during the deliberations of the board. We would like to acknowledge the cooperation and support given by the employees in all our operating units and our subsidiaries within and outside India, and also the help and support of our customers, suppliers, and communities we have worked with over the years. I would now like to inform the shareholders that as the company had provided this facility of remote e-voting to its shareholders to enable them to cast their votes on all the resolutions proposed to be passed at the AGM. The e-voting facility will be extended to the shareholders who have not cast their vote by remote e-voting prior to the AGM so that they can vote through e-voting system during this AGM. The procedure for e-voting at the AGM is same as the instructions for remote e-voting provided in the notice of the AGM. The company has taken all efforts feasible under the circumstances to enable the members to participate and vote on the resolutions being considered in the meeting. Mr. J. Ranade, partner of Csr and Associates, company secretaries in practice, will be the scrutinizer to scrutinize the remote e-voting and the e-voting at the AGM. I am now requesting the Managing Director, Mr. Anuj Jain, to invite the speaker shareholders one by one and answer them. Other shareholders may pose questions concurrently through the facilities provided on the e-voting website of National Securities Depository Limited, NSDL, through which they are viewing the live streaming of this AGM. After the shareholders have spoken and the questions raised by the shareholders have been answered by the Managing Director, I am also requesting him to move the resolution proposed to be passed at the AGM. Propose e-voting facilities for the shareholders who have not yet voted on the resolutions. Inform the shareholders as to when the results of the e-voting shall be declared and call the meetings to conclusion after the e-voting is completed. The company secretary will take necessary actions with respect to declarations of the results of the e-voting process. I request all of you to stay safe and take good care of yourself and your families. Thank you very much. So thank you, Mr. Pradeep Shah. That was the speech from our chairman, Mr. Pradeep Shah. And apologies for some connectivity issue.
My apologies for this disruption. Anuj, thank you for taking over. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So dear shareholders, let me take it over from here and let me first introduce myself. I'm Anuj Jain, Managing Director. I've been working with the company for last 3 decades and I have worked in various functions and I'm happy to take over this position. I now invite the speaker shareholders as per the list which has been provided to me to ask any questions and clarifications that the shareholders might seek. I'll call out the name of the speaker. When I call out the name of speaker, shareholder, moderator for this meeting, Ms. Mahima Chopra will facilitate the speaker to come and ask the question by video conferencing. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. We request you to please remain within the time limit allotted for speaking. When the shareholders comes to speak, he/she is requested to unmute the audio and unmute the video as well so that the speaker can be seen. After the speaker has finished his speech, his or her speech, he is requested to mute the audio and video. So with these guidelines, let me start. The first speaker name is Mr. Dinesh Kotecha.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you also see me?
Not yet.
I have started my video. Not yet?
No.
No, we are not able to see you.
Okay, then let me start. Good morning, sir, to all of you. Mr. Shah, Pradeep Shah, Mr. Tata, and the other dignitaries, directors on the board. Sir, my name is Dinesh Kotecha. My folio number is 120-189-710-564. Sir, last year we had the AGM on the 25th of June. And today we are having it 2 days earlier. So I'm very thankful for that, first of all. Secondly, before the meeting began, the moderator said the countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2. I thought that I was going to look at a drama of the AGM. And I think that has supposedly started now. Sir, I will restrict it to basically, 1 second. The host is starting my video. It is coming upside down. My video is coming upside down.
Yes,
sir.
we can see you now, but
it is coming upside down, but.
Yes, it is upside down.
No, I cannot see myself. I should see myself straight, na? I cannot see myself upside down. Okay.
We are happy that we are able to see you.
No, but I am not sitting upside down, sir. Sorry. I will close my video. Sir, I'll come directly to the financials on page 250 and 251. Now, what I find there is basically that our other income, which constitutes 32 crores. Before that, let me congratulate that the entire in the balance sheet, all the figures are given in lakhs and crores. Thank you for that. You are not mixed up millions and lakhs and all that things. You are not mixed up the Indian and the foreign denominators of the currency. Only crores and lakhs. Thankful for that. My first question before that is, why no integrated annual report? It should be an integrated annual report. Now, all the Tata companies have started giving us the integrated annual report. So next year, I would request you to prepare an integrated annual report, sir. Now, coming to page 50, 250 and 251, I find that the other income of 32 crores, nearly 81% of that income is non-recurring. So the scaling of the non-recurring income in the other income is increasing. But we should increase the recurring income in the other income, sir. That should be the step taken by the management. Secondly, I find that the incremental profit ratio is negative this time. Our profit has reduced by 208 crores, and our total capital employed has increased by 157 crores. Now, if you do the calculation, it is negative to the extent of 121 crores incremental profit ratio. Now, this is not a good sign for the company. We must see to it, because what I find is the other expenses, the 859 crores given on page 282. If I link that with that, I find that interesting thing is that our advertisement and sales promotion expenses has nearly gone up by 50% from 140 crores to 210 crores. Now that 70 crores extra which you have spent on the advertisement and sales promotion has given us only a marginal. But it should have given us the commensurate or the equalizing sales of nearly 7,000 crores could have been the sales, but our sales is only 5,945 crores. So where have we missed? Has the management done this exercise that in spite of spending 50% more on the advertisement, our sales are not in line with that sales expenses or advertisement expenses? So what has gone wrong? I would like to know that. Again, what I find is that our cash profit is 9.9 rupees 80 paise as against 12 rupees 61 paise. But if you see, sir, our dividends have been decreasing. In 2020, you gave us 3 rupees 15 paise. Last year, you gave us 1 rupee 25 paise interim and 4 final. That was 525. This year, the dividend has been reduced to 225. Now, this again is not a good sign for the shareholders. And that is why you must have seen our share price is not going up. Again, our tax per share has also been 2.43. Now, last year, when the tax per share was 3.41, you gave us a dividend of 5.25, more than the tax paid per share. This year, the tax paid is 2 rupees 43 paise, and you are giving us less than the tax paid per share of 225. Now, again, I think some tax planning is required to be done, and see to it that we shareholders are properly rewarded. Now, coming to the balance sheet, only the positive sign which I see in the balance sheet is that our equity share capital is less than 1% of the total capital employed. Now that gives me a very big positive, indication that yes, we have invested in a good company where the share capital is less than 1% of the total capital employed. Now, if things improve, we should also get better rewards. Again, why the financial highlight chart is on the last page? I did not understand that. Now I'm coming to that page 357 on the last page. If you see, we are stuck up on the sales between 4,500 and 5,200 crores for the last 4 years. For the last 5 years, you can see, between 4,000 and 5,000. There is no momentum in the sales increase by 20%, 30% as it should be earlier in between 2012 and 2017. And why we are stuck up with that sales? I know you will say that the economic condition, the pandemic and all that, in spite of that, several companies have grown, sir. And secondly, with so many now, even Birla is coming into paints, Kamdenu paints, now so many Indigo paints have come out with a public issue. With so many paints company now coming up, new companies coming up, and bigger groups coming up in the paint, JSW. Now, how do you see this competition from the new players who are going to come and who are coming, who are having huge plans? They are going to make a capital expenditure of nearly 5,000 crores, I'm told, some of the big companies. Now, that is equal to our capital employed. Now, what is your view on all this competition? That is what I would like to know. And sir, what are the steps you are going to take to improve efficiency in spending? Because I think our ratios are going down because there's a lot of lack of control in check and control in spending somewhere. Now, all these things needs to be screwed up properly, and then only I think our profitability increase. Sir, again on page number 245, if I come to that, yes. There I see, disputed cases as reported, 85% are relating to indirect taxes. And that also includes tax, interest and penalty. Now, when you say penalty, that means things are not being followed as per the required guidelines. Or things are not paid. The amount is not paid as per the required guidelines. And again, you see, I find that the periods have been merged. 6, 7, 8 years periods have been merged. It should be given every year wise so that we understand what happens. Now, don't take it for granted, sir, because we want to know the amount for each year, what is there, and what is the amount, gross amount and the paid amount. At the bottom, you say net of amount paid under protest. Now, we don't know the gross amount. We don't know we only know the net amount. We don't know the paid amount. We don't know the gross amount. Now, that is not showing clarity, sir. Please tell your auditors that they should follow the proper guidelines of the ICAI. Even some of the Tata companies are giving in detail year-wise disputed cases, sir. And in that year-wise, they say this is the amount gross, this is the amount paid. So net, even if you don't give the net amount, we can calculate the net amount, sir. But here, when you say this is the net amount, we don't know the gross, we don't know what is the tax paid in dispute for against that. So please see to it that it should be given as gross paid in dispute for each year and bifurcated. The interest and the penalty should also be shown separately, sir, according to me, so that we know how efficient you are. You are writing tons of pages in the beginning, 5, 6, 10 pages that we are doing this, we are doing that, efficiency, this, that. But when we come to this particular chart, at least I am not happy. If others may be, I don't know. But since I'm expecting improvement from you on that side, sir. Sir, again on page 218, if I'm going just reverse, on page 218, I find that you have given us the geographical distribution of shareholders. I appreciate it, sir. Mumbai, Delhi, Ahmedabad, I appreciate it. But sir, even though SEBI does not require you to give the list of top 10 shareholders, you must give it voluntarily, sir. Because you must give us the list of top 10 shareholders who are non-institution, who are non-promoters. That will give us a hint as to which big investors are investing in your companies, the top 10 shareholders. Because we can read their mind, we can know the philosophy of their investment, and then we can also that will give us to help us to give some judgment whether to hold, buy or sell your shares, sir, to remain invested or to what to do with your shares. Because you are saying so many things in the beginning about the efficiency, about the new products. Now we are venturing into construction chemicals, wood finish adhesives, rebar coatings, pipe coatings, coil coatings. Now give us more details about it, sir. What is the capex expended to be expended in that? What is the market share we are going to gain from that? Are we going in for any vertical or horizontal acquisition in those companies which are listed? Only there are some companies who are doing only wood finish adhesives, or they're only construction chemicals. There are so many companies available which you can take over. I mean, I don't know what is the opportunity there, but I find that some of the construction companies who are doing only construction chemicals are doing very good, sir. I can talk with you about it later on when we meet, sir. Sir, again, our new products which have been launched is 46 during the year. So what is the number of new products you are going to launch in the current year? And what you have launched in the first 2.5 months? I would like to know that, sir. Sir, any positives on 2025 and water positive? You say we want to be water positive by 2024-25. So
Hello.
are we on track, sir? Sir,
Hello, please can I interrupt you, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, we would request you to keep the questions brief so that we can complete.
Madam, I am not praising anyone. I'm just talking to the balance sheet. I'm not talking any nonsense. Just be very clear. People spend half an hour just praising the directors and everything. I'm not doing that. I'm talking to the balance sheet. I'm a responsible shareholder. I know. Just give me 2 more minutes, madam. Sir, Bharuka Harishchandra Meghraj, our Vice Chairman MD, wish him the best for the long life association with KNPL, KNIL. I'm very happy. I was very happy during his tenure. And now we have got Mr. Anuj Jain, a veteran of 3 decades with KNL. And welcome to him. And we expect him, all the best wishes for him. We expect from him the best performance in the coming years during his tenure, sir. And with this, on the request of the moderator, I will stop because I had done the 3 important questions on the balance sheet. But since she's requesting me to stop, I will stop here. At least people who are talking sensible and about the balance sheet, they should be given more time rather than people praising you for no reason. And I don't know, I mean, why this particular, because when we mix, and I want a physical meeting, sir. IPL was held and there was 1 lakh people sitting in the Wankhede Stadium, 60,000 people in the background stadium, 1,50,000 people sitting in Motera at this Prime Minister Stadium at Ahmedabad. Now, when that was there without mask, why you are not holding physical meeting? It can be held in discipline. People can, there should be, that it can be held. And there are 3 companies which are going to hold physical meeting and virtual meeting together now in the next week. in Bangalore, in China, in Chennai, and in Ahmedabad. There are 3 companies I can name you who are going to hold physical meeting and VCM meeting, both. So please see to it that you are shareholder friendly, sir. And I am expecting it from you, Mr. Shah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dinesh Kotecha, for your questions. Now I invite speaker number 2, Mr. Yusuf Rangwala. Mr. Yusuf Rangwala.
Good morning, producer. Very good morning, sir. And my dynamic shareholder, my fellow shareholder. My name is Yusuf Rangwala, speaking from Mumbai. Sir, I am very thankful to our company secretary for giving me a chance. And sir, also preparing a very excellent annual report of 250 pages. Sir, I welcome our Japanese director, who are one of the main sources of our company, sir. I am welcoming our Japanese director and my good wishes, sir. Sir, अपना secretary team and गोविंद sir, उनकी सर सर्विस सर लाजवाब है सर. उनके लिए सर बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ और चीटर मैडम के लिए भी उनके लिए धन्यवाद देता हूँ और आपका शेयर डिपार्टमेंट सर बहुत अच्छा काम करता है. सर डिविडेंड आपने लास्ट ईयर 5 रुपीज दिया था, इस बार 1 रुपए के शेयर पे आपने 2 रुपये 25 पैसे डिविडेंड दिया. दैट इज ए वेरी गुड. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी सर. ये सर अपना 102 साल हुआ सर. अपने 2 साल पहले अपना 100 यूरो आपका सेलिब्रेशन बाकी है सर. हो सके तो मंथ ऑफ अक्टूबर में आप छोटा सा फैक्ट्री विजिट करिए सर. मेरा हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है सर. तो अपना सेलिब्रेशन जो रह गया 100 इयर्स का, वो सर मैं आपको सर आपने बोनस क्यों नहीं डिक्लेयर किया सर? आपने लास्ट बोनस कब दिया था सर? लास्ट बोनस और सर कार में अपना कार और सब कार डिवीजन में अपना सर वी आर लीडर sir. We are a number 2 at present, sir, as I'm not mistaken, sir. And sir, I also welcome our Tata, Neon Tata, sir, who is the director, and Pradeep, sir. Sir, ये दो डायरेक्टर इतने अच्छे सर, उनके हार्ड वर्किंग से आज कंपनी का शेयर का अपना रेट सर इतना ऊंचा है. और सर मैं जानना चाहता हूँ सर, अपने सर टोटल नंबर ऑफ कोविड-19 में कितने जन को इफेक्ट हुआ? टोटल नंबर ऑफ कोविड में सर, एनीबडी इज इफेक्टेड सर? एंड आई वुड लाइक टू नो व्हाट आर द टोटल नंबर ऑफ पीपल एट प्रेजेंट वर्किंग विद द फैक्ट्री सर. वी आर हैविंग अराउंड 6 फैक्ट्रीज sir. How the 6 factories were closed, sir, and what effect on the closed will be affected, sir? And sir, nothing more to add. I end my speech praying the God for presence, sir. Next year हुआ तो सर फिजिकल मीटिंग करिए सर. आज एक मैं आपको एक कंपनी का एग्जांपल लेता हूँ, केसर, उनका सर फिजिकल भी हो और उन्होंने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस भी रखा. ऐसा आप नेक्स्ट ईयर आप कर सकते हैं सर. मेरा हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है सर. प्रदीप सर, आपकी सेहत और तबियत के लिए सर मैं अल्लाह के पास दुआ करता हूँ, आपकी तबियत अच्छी रहे और अपने कंपनी शेयर डिपार्टमेंट में आप हमें अच्छा आने वाले सब ईयर में आप अच्छा हमें रिजल्ट, आप हमें अच्छा बोनस और आप हमें अच्छा रिटर्न दिए सर. वी आर नंबर 2 एट प्रेजेंट सर. पेन सर, सर मैं चाहता हूँ नंबर और उनके सर आज भी अच्छा है सर मार्केट में. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच. गॉड ब्लेस आवर कंपनी. एंड माय स्पीच सेइंग सर प्योर. आपको मिलने के लिए सर दिल बेखराब है सर. इतने साल हुआ सर, क्या हुआ 3 साल से आपसे मुलाकात नहीं हुई. अभी हो सके तो जल्दी सर अक्टूबर में हमें गेट टुगेदर रखिए, छोटा सा गेट टुगेदर. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय गुजरात सर. हैव अ गुड डे सर. नमस्कार सर.
Thank you, Mr. Yusuf Rangwala. Thank you for your questions. Now I invite speaker number 3, Mr. Bharat Shah.
हेलो हेलो हेलो.
Yes.
हेलो, आवाज आ रही है सर?
हाँ, आ रही है, आवाज आ रही है.
आ रही है.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू सर. माननीय चेयरमैन सर, भरत शाह मेरे बाद में बात करेंगे. मैं स्मिता शाह बात कर रही हूँ.
ओके, हम आपको सुन सकते हैं मिसेस स्मिता भरत शाह.
थैंक यू सर. सर लेडी फर्स्ट.
मोस्ट वेलकम, प्लीज बोलिए.
माननीय चेयरमैन सर, थैंक यू सो मच. माननीय
आपका आवाज बीच में ब्रेक हो रहा है, तो अभी हम आपको सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं. मिसेस स्मिता शाह, कैन यू हियर अस? आप हमारी आवाज सुन सकते हैं? बिकॉज या मिसेस शाह, हम लोग आपको आपकी आवाज नहीं सुन पा रहे हैं.
सर आवाज आ रही है मेरी अभी?
हाँ, अभी आ रही है.
हेलो.
यस, अभी आ रही है.
हाँ, ओके सर. ओके ओके. माननीय चेयरमैन श्री प्रदीप जी और श्री अनुज जैन जी और अन्य मान्यवर डायरेक्टर्स, सर मैं बम्बई से
So we are not able to hear the voice of Mrs. Smita Barasha.
We can separately take the questions.
So maybe I can request moderator Mahima to take her questions and we can answer them properly. I'm not sure that if Mr. Barasha also should be on the same line, so whether he's able to connect, or if they are able to connect, we can take it later. So I come to the next speaker, Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia. Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia.
Shailesh bhai, you are on mute.
Position to see me. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear and see you both.
Yes,
Thank
sir,
you
we
very
can-
much, sir. Respected Chairman Pradeep Bhai Shah, respected Noel Tata, all other directors, and particularly our new chairman, Mr. Jain. And I'm also happy that our directors are participating from Osaka in Japan. And one of our directors is also present in Hampi, one of the UNESCO recognized place in India. Sir, well, firstly, let me congratulate the management team and the board of directors for achieving the results in the present year in view of the various adversities and unnatural circumstances which we have been facing for. Sir, from the chairman's speech, we have got a lot of information and also the summary of what is going on as far as our company is concerned and what we have planned for the times to come. Sir, I also agree with one of the speakers who has suggested that we should have an integrated report, which will give us a much better idea of all our 6 capitals and how we have done value addition during the year. This may be, I think it should be incorporated from next year. Sir, further, I would like to also appreciate the emphasis which is given to sustainability in all our activities. And Japanese are famous for all this type of approach, and I'm sure you will take it forward in the time to come. So then I would also like to put on record the services of Mr. Boruka, to whom I knew ever since he was an ordinary manager in the company. And we have been doing work for Goodlass Nerolac in those days of lacquering of drums and barrels. And they were being used by the company for some of the paints. Anyway, happy memory, give our regards to him. And sir, now I wish to put some questions with a view to increase my understanding and appreciation of the work which is being done by the board of directors. Sir, my first question, which was partly referred by one of the speakers, sir, 3 of the major companies in India, Grasim Industries, JSW Steel, and also Maruti Udyog, each of them are coming up with large plants. Sir, we would like to know how it is likely to affect our business maybe in the next 2 to 3 years to come. Sir, second, JSW Steel have claimed that they are the only manufacturer in India and the first one to manufacture water-based paints. Sir, I would like to know what are the advantages of these water-based paint. Of course, we are aware that you will not be required to use solvents, etc. But if you can throw some more light and whether we are also likely to incorporate this particular technological change. Sir, then my next question is regarding the twin problem which our country is facing. On the one hand, the gross domestic product which has been predicted for this year and the next year has been reduced from whatever was the original estimate. And further, we are suffering from higher inflation. Sir, may we know how this is likely to affect our business? One or two things are obvious, that our cost will go up. Maybe we may not be able to get the operating profit which we would have otherwise normally got. Sir, if you can throw some light on how you are going to face this situation, it will be of great help. Sir, further, as far as our ESG rating is concerned, you mentioned in the statement, Chairman's statement, that CRISIL has given to you some ESG rating and perhaps it is one of the highest. Sir, I am surprised to know this because CRISIL is not yet permitted to give ESG rating to any of the companies in India because they have not obtained the necessary permission from the regulatory authorities. Sir, I wonder how you have come to this particular rating estimate as far as you are concerned. Of course, I am aware that privately, CRISIL has done rating of a number of companies on their own, and perhaps as soon as the permission is available, they will be sharing that information at the request of the companies, or on their own also they may make it available to the people at large. Sir, then the automobile industry is likely to come up very nicely in the next 2 to 3 years. The prices of steel has gone down, and one of our main source of income is from paint for automobile industry. Our chairman's speech has touched on this subject, particularly regarding electric vehicles which are likely to come in the years to come. But sir, may I know what is our short-term benefit which we are likely to get from this increase in sudden demand for a year or two when other suppliers may not be ready with their supply products? Sir, then we are doing a lot of good CSR activities and we have the interest of the society at large in mind. And I am sure our benefits will have a very good multiplier effect. Sir, what I would like to know is whether we are carrying out the social impact study of the CSR work which we are doing for a period of time. This rating has been started from last year also. For example, Godrej, they gave their social impact of their CSR work. And for Godrej Consumer, it was as high as by 7 times. So if we can carry out this particular study, then it will be of great help to the shareholders and we can rightly claim the good work which we are doing for the benefit of the society at large. Sir, with this, I wish to end my speech and I wish our organization all successes in the times to come.
Thank you, Mr. Shailesh Mahadevi, and regards to you. Thank you for your question. I now invite speaker number 6, Mr. Vaman Oak.
Hello, wishing a very good morning to the board of directors and my fellow shareholders. I, Vaman Oak, I'm delighted to participate in this meeting as a speaker shareholder. My questions are as follows. First, could you please highlight the ESG initiatives undertaken by the company for a substantial future? Second, is the company taking any initiative to support the dealer and painter community in the post-pandemic scenario? If yes, could you highlight steps taken? And third is, what are the major CSR initiatives undertaken by the company? Lastly, I would like to wish the company all the best and may the company achieve success in all its future endeavors.
Thank you, Mr. Vaman. Thanks a lot. Now I invite the speaker number 7, Mr. Santosh Saraf.
हाँ जी नमस्कार, एक बार वीडियो शेयर कर रहा हूँ, एक मिनट।
नमस्कार।
हेलो यस एक मिनट सर एक जस्ट 1 मिनट सर प्लीज
हाँ जी
माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, उपस्थित नियोजित सदस्यगण और मेरे शेयर भाइयों बहनों, मेरा नाम संतोष कुमार, मैं कोलकाता से बोल रहा हूँ। सर्वप्रथम आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। आशा करता हूँ आप जितने हमारे डायरेक्टर जितने भी अधिकारीगण हैं इस समय अच्छे स्वास्थ्य में होंगे। सर मैं तो आपकी कंपनी को मैनेजमेंट को धन्यवाद देता हूँ काफी अच्छा रिजल्ट देने के लिए। और मेरे बेसिक प्रश्न में 2 या 3 प्रश्न सर। एक तो बताइएगा अपना कि फ्यूचर में कोई नया प्लान है तो बताने की चेष्टा करिएगा। दूसरा सर, अपने जो कंपनी के प्लांट्स हैं वहां पर रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग और रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के लिए क्या कदम उठाए हैं बताइएगा सर। एक सर ये बताने चाहिएगा 1 जुलाई से सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक में बैन हो रहा है, उसके लिए आप क्या कदम उठा रहे हैं बताने का कष्ट करिएगा सर। एक अपने आप फीमेल एम्प्लॉय की परसेंटेज जो बढ़ाने के लिए क्या कदम उठाए बताने का कष्ट करिएगा सर। एक अपने जो कर्मचारी है उनको और उनकी फैमिली को बूस्टर डोज देने के लिए क्या कदम उठा रहे हैं कि अभी बूस्टर जो उनको देना जरूरी है सर। और मैं ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कहूंगा सर। आशा करता हूँ इसी तरह भविष्य में भी हम वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस को मिलते रहेंगे। और हम कलकत्ता से रहते हैं सर, एक रिक्वेस्ट आपसे कि अगर मान लीजिए आप फिजिकल मीटिंग भी करते हैं तो 10 से 15 मिनट का वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस जरूर रखिए। जैसे अभी केसर इंडस्ट्री कलकत्ता की कंपनी बिरला की उन्होंने फिजिकल मीटिंग की थी, जो उसके सामने 15 से 20 मिनट उन्होंने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस भी रखा था, जिससे फिजिकल वालों को पहले मौका मिला कि वहाँ प्रेजेंट रहते हैं, फिर हम लोग को मौका मिला। तो इसलिए भविष्य में कल ना हो तो कंसेप्ट का ध्यान रखिएगा, जिससे हम कलकत्ता से अपनी बात आपको कह सकेंगे सर। आदर वहां जाके आपको जहाँ मुंबई जाके मीटिंग करना पॉसिबल नहीं है, ये ध्यान रखिएगा। फिर एक बार आप सबको 2022 की शुभकामना देता हूँ, आपके परिवार को। आशा करता हूँ वेल्दी हेल्दी प्रोफिट और सेफ्टी के साथ ये साल जाएगा। जय हिंद जय भारत, नमस्कार।
Thank you, Mr. Saraf. Thank you so much. I now invite Mr. SP Bhesenia.
Sir, can you see me and hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. Sir, my name is Aspi Besania from Bombay. Sir, Q4, what are the reasons for profits reducing so much? You know, inventories and receivables have increased quite a lot. So what are the reasons for that also? You'll have to control the inventory and receivables also. Sir, about the unpaid dividend, I would like you to give year-wise how much dividend is being paid every year and how much is balance every year. Because that will show the efficiency of the RTA also and the secretarial department also. Because just now what they do is they just send a reminder to a shareholders and they think that my job is over. And when the shareholder applies for a duplicate dividend, they make him run around from pillar to post. So please ensure that from next year you give year-wise, like for instance, say 18-19, how much was outstanding on 19-20, how much was outstanding on 20-21, and how much is outstanding on 21-22. Because that will be the right way for public to know. And even the directors can pull up the share department if they don't do the job. So thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aspi Besenia. Now I invite Mr. Vasudha Dakwe.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Very good afternoon, respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow shareholders. Myself, Vasudha from Thane. I would like to ask, where is our retail outlets located within the Maharashtra or outside the Maharashtra? Please throw some lights. With this, I support all the resolution. Thank you very much and wish the company all the best for coming years.
Thank you.
I invite Mrs. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenes. Mrs. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, very much. Okay. Respected Chairman, Mr. Pradeep P. Shah, Vice Chairman and MD, A. Jain, other board of directors attending from all over the world, especially Japan, my fellow shareholders, and I am speaking from Mumbai. I am Mrs. C.E. Mascarenas. First of all, I take this privilege to thank our company secretary, Mr. G.T. Govindraj, and his team for for sending me an e-AGM notice and also registering me as a speaker at my request. Thank you so much. Thanks for the team. Now, annual report is very informative and self-explanatory, adhering to all the norms of cooperative governance. Of course, the annual report is very, very lengthy and e-reading is a little bit causing strain on our eyes. It's okay, but it is very good the way everything is given. I liked it very much. Now, coming to the working, of course, in this difficult environment, difficult days, I find the performance is definitely good. And what is important, dividend, of course, lesser than last year, but we are growing in many products, new products. I would just like to know more about them. I, of course, go further. I say I congratulate for all the awards and the accolades received in spite of all the difficult times. Also, very good CSR work, which I appreciate.
We can't hear your voice now.
In ESG, have we rated ESG or are we in the process for rating? How much percentage we have reduced the carbon footprints by now, and
We can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Now, okay, thank you. My query, sir. There are new products, quite a number of new products in 21-22, like Nerolac XL Mica Marble Streak, Nerolac Metal Zin Yellow Primer, etc., etc. See, have these new products well appreciated in the market? What is the demand level for these products? Are they gained, and what sort of advertisement was made for these products? Number two, where is our margin? Where do we get good margin, whether in the primer, paints, powder coating, or wood coating, etc.? I would like to know next is, what is the future capex for the next 3 years and the roadmap for the next 3 with rising crude oil and geopolitical problems keeping in mind? Of course, I have supported all the resolutions. I wish my company all the best. I wish the Nerolac team, all the directors, all the Nerolac Kansai team, all the best with good life and giving great reward to our minority shareholders. With this, thank you so much. And I would also like to see a physical meeting and video and physical, because I did attend such a meeting where I was, it was not Bombay based, but I could speak because first physical, then online. So with this, thank you so much. May God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Mascarenas. Thank you so much. Now I invite Mr. Kirti Shah.
Hello. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kirti bhai. Go ahead.
Kirti bhai, Kirti bhai.
क्या हुआ है? आप email का reply कर देना. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shah. Will definitely reply. Now I invite Mr. Dipankar Purkayastha.
I send all my questions, and you have.
Emma, can you please see that we are seeing Mrs. Mascarenas on the screen? I'm inviting Mr. Dipankar Purkayastha now.
Hello.
Yes. We can
Hello.
Hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Mr. Dipankar, we can hear you.
Okay, I had sent in a list of my questions in advance by mail, but anyway, I'll just recap those questions for benefit of other shareholders. See, during the financial year, your annual report says that you received 4 whistleblower complaints. So I would just like to know what area of the company is working these complaints pertain to. I mean, was it procurement issues, dealer incentives, corporate governance? So that would give shareholders an idea of where your internal controls are lacking or weak. Second thing is, when I went through the analyst con call transcript for Q4 on your website, there I came across the fact that the MD stated that the company has lost 100 basis points market share in decorative paints over the last 2 years. So I would just like to know, if we step back and take a longer view, say for the last 10 years, 2012 to 22, what has been the movement of the company's market share in decorative paints? The reason why I ask this is that all the new competition which is coming in the paint space, which several shareholders have referred to, are primarily focused on the decorative paint space. And even your existing major competitors who are already functioning and are listed entities concentrate on this space. About 2 years back at the AGM, I had suggested that these are 2 very different types of business. You know, the industrial paints or the automobile paints is like an auto ancillary business, and the decorative paints is somewhat like an FMCG business and needs different skill sets, different attributes. Your competitors don't face this problem because they are primarily focused on decorative paints with a very limited range of industrial and automotive paints. So I had suggested that you consider either hiving off this business into a separate setup with a separate management so that you can focus on it, because I am afraid that over the years we have been losing market share in this. Your answer to my question will reveal the facts. And as you can see, the entire focus of the new competition is also in this area. Now, if I look at your return on capital employed during financial year 21-22, it was less than half of the other 3 major listed paint companies. It was 11% for you versus 26 to 29% for the other 3. Even the newly listed Indigo Paints has a much better ROC of 18%. So why does this company perform so poorly versus the competitors? I have asked this question several times before in the AGMs. The interesting thing is that each time the answer changes. The last time I asked this question 2 years back, the then MD had replied that this was because of the heavy capex which had been incurred on the Visakhapatnam plant, which had to be suddenly put in abeyance because of the onset of the pandemic. Hence, we have not been able to get returns on that capital. Hence, our poor capital ROC ratios versus our competitors. I don't know what answer you're going to give me this year. Now, since the Visakhapatnam plant has been issue has been raised, I would just like to know, when is this plant expected to commence commercial production, and what has been the capex incurred on this plant till date and during financial year 21-22, and when did the work on this project commence? Has there been a time or cost overrun on this project? If yes, could you give details? Why I'm asking so much about Visakhapatnam is because I told you every time this project is blamed for the poor return ratios. That's all that I have to say. Thank you for the time and good day.
Thank you, Mr. Dipankar, so much. Now I invite speaker number 13, Ms. Lekha Shah.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow members, good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Lekha Shah from Mumbai. First of all, I'm very much thankful to our Company Secretary, Mr. Govindarajan ji, and his team for sending me the annual report well in time, which is full of knowledge, fact and figures in place. Sir, I would thank to all the personnel of company for receiving awards and recognition by the various plans during the year 21-22. And also, I am glad the company is doing very well in the field of CSR activities. Sir, I had many questions to ask you, but they are all covered with the previous speakers. But there is only one question. My question is, has there been any impact of COVID second wave on the company operations? So, I would like to say, I strongly support all the resolutions for today's meeting, and my best wishes always our company and its prosperity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Lekha Shah. Thank you so much. Now I invite Mr. Dinesh Bhatia. Mr. Dinesh Bhatia, please.
हेलो.
Yes, Mr. Bhatia.
मेरा आवाज सुनाई देता है आपको?
बिल्कुल सुनाई दे रहा है.
फर्स्ट तो मैं आपको और आपका टीम को कांग्रेचुलेशन कहूंगा कि हमारा जो रिजल्ट है वो ऐसा कोविड पीरियड में भी जो अच्छा है. लेकिन हमें एक चीज की कि हमारे पीयर ग्रुप जो है एशियन पेंट और उनकी दोनों कंपनी बर्जर पेंट हमारे से आगे. हम कितना नंबर पे अभी इंडिया में? हम अभी तक सोचते थे कि एशियन पेंट इज नंबर 1 एंड वी आर नंबर 2, बट आई थिंक एज पर ये पीयर ग्रुप का जो बीएसई में दिया है उसके हिसाब से हम तीसरा के चौथा लगते हैं. तो हमारा नंबर कितना है इंडिया में जो पेंट इंडस्ट्रीज में? दूसरा, हमारी इतनी पेंट इंडस्ट्रीज इतनी इंग्लिश कंपनी होने के बावजूद भी हमारा क्यों ऐसा है? आप थोड़ा इसमें मेरे को लगता है कि मेहनत करने की जरूरत है थोड़ी, और कंजर्वेशन भी करने का जरूरत है. मेरे आगे जैसे स्पीकर ने कहा ऐसा मैं भी यही बताता हूँ कि हमारा जो दिसंबर का क्वार्टर का जो रिजल्ट था उसमें हमारा 1693 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू था, जिसमें हमारा नेट प्रॉफिट 132 करोड़ था. लेकिन हमारा जो मार्च क्वार्टर का जो प्रॉफिट है, रेवेन्यू जो है 1413 करोड़, पर थोड़ा सा फर्क है, 15% फर्क है. लेकिन हमारा जो नेट प्रॉफिट जो है वो 24 करोड़ हो गया, तो 20% ही प्रॉफिट हुआ. तो ये वो दिखाता है कि हमारा थोड़ा खर्चे में हमें लगता है कि एक्सेस है, तो उसमें आपको खर्चे में थोड़ा कंजर्वेशन करना जरूर है. दूसरा, मेरे आगे जो रंग वाले ने जो शुरुआत में आपको जो सजेशन दिया उसके साथ मैं भी सहमत हूँ कि हमारी कंपनी ने 100 साल पूरा किया, गोल्डन जुबिली, फिर भी आपने सेंचुरी किया, फिर भी आपने सेंचुरी में भी बोनस नहीं दिया. और मेरे आगे दूसरे एक शेयर होल्डर ने भी कहा कि हमारा कंपनी का भाव क्यों डाउन हो रहा है. तो आप अभी देखेंगे तो हमारी जो कंपनी का जो भाव जो है आज की तारीख में भले अच्छा है 371 है, पर हमारा जो ये हाईएस्ट भाव 674 तक गया था यही साल में. अभी ये आप आधे के करीब भाव कैसा हो गया? तो आपकी जो मेरे को लगती है, जब तक ये ख्याल है मेरा कि हमने बोनस नहीं देते हैं, ब्याज में भी आप कंजर्वेशन, डिविडेंड में भी कंजर्वेशन रखते हैं. हमने देखा है इंग्लिश कंपनी या तो ब्याज ज्यादा देती है, डिविडेंड ज्यादा देती है, अर्निंग का जो पे आउट जो है वो उनका ज्यादा रहता है, या तो बोनस. तो आप बोनस देने की हमारी खास आपको रिक्वेस्ट है कि हमारे पास काफी रिजर्व भी है, तो हम क्यों बोनस का नहीं सोचते? अगर बोनस का आप सोचेंगे तो क्या है कि हमारा शेयर का भाव को रिफ्लेक्ट होएगा. बाकी तो मैं, इन्होंने वो रंग वाले ने बोला ऐसा मैं भी बोलता हूँ कि 6+1 प्लान है. अभी 2 साल पहले जो आपने बताया था कि एक प्लान जो है वो पुंडीचेरी में जो है अपकमिंग प्लान आंध्र प्रदेश में, तो उसका क्या स्टेटस है? वो अभी स्टार्ट हो गया कि क्या है? तो आप हो सके तो क्या है, शेयर होल्डर को 100 ईयर जो सेलिब्रेशन में अगर शेयर बोनस शेयर नहीं दे तो एटलीस्ट एक दफे आप विजिट कराइए, जिससे हमें ऐसा गर्व होने एक दफे का हमें गेट टुगेदर जैसा हो जावे. बाकी तो हम देखते हैं कि हमारी कंपनी जो है, आप लोग का जो एम जो आप लिखा है जो फ्रंट में ही कि उसमें जो आपने दिया है कि बेटर प्रॉफिट फॉर आवर इन्वेस्टर. अभी बेटर प्रॉफिट फॉर इन्वेस्टर, पर अभी इन्वेस्टर को अगर डिविडेंड ज्यादा नहीं मिले तो बेटर प्रॉफिट हमारे को कैसा पास ऑन होएगा? तो आप हो सके तो ज्यादा तो कुछ मैं नहीं कहते हुए ये विजिट या तो बोनस ऐसा कुछ सेलिब्रेशन कीजिए 100 ईयर्स का, तो उसका मार्केट को रिफ्लेक्शन भी होए. आपका सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट को भी मैं थैंक यू कहता हूँ जिन्होंने हमें ये बोलने का मौका दिया, वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में भी हेल्प किया. तो मैं उनका सेक्रेटरी टीम का भी थैंक्स करता हूँ कि बहुत अच्छी सेवा है हम शेयर होल्डर के लिए. मैं हर एक रिजोल्यूशन में आपको सपोर्ट करता हूँ. ऑल द कंपनी आगे ही आगे बढ़े, ऐसी हमारी शुभकामनाएं।
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you too much. I now invite Mrs. Humayun Beruz. Mrs. Humayun Beruz. Mahima, can you check Mrs. Humayun Beruz?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Oh, hello, it's such a pleasure to join this AGM. My husband used to come every year without fail.
We remember him.
Yeah, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful you all remember him. And he loved your company. It was like his family. He loved your secretarial team. Now, I'm just asking a few general questions. Did we come under essential services? And so are our plants now running to full capacity? And what did we have supply chain problems? Now I'll tell you one practical issue. Sometime back, I went to, I wanted to paint over my mother's this. So I went down to the only hardware shop which was available. They're saying, no, we don't have Nerolac. We have ancient paints. So we don't give our products to all distributors. I just want to know that. I wanted it, it was not there. Okay, I even went to my market here in Marine Lines. There also, all the distributors don't have your products. So can you explain? I mean, you are not so much inclined for local sale. I just want to know, retail sale, I mean. And our products are of very good quality. So we need aggressive marketing strategy. So do we have a good marketing team to market our products? So of course, there was lockdown. So naturally, it takes time. Everything was at a standstill. Everything is picking up slowly. So we understand. Sir, I just want to know one more thing, sir. We know our competitors are Asian paints. So what about the others? I just want to know their names since I've joined this AGM and I'm a shareholder. So, and of course, I praise our secretarial team for taking so much effort for putting us into this forum. Mr. Govind Rajan, whom we know since years and years. Thank you very much. We wish our all board members all the best and looking forward to better days ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Beruz. Thanks. Now I invite the last speaker, number 16, Mr. P. Jachan.
Hello. Sir, P. Jachan sir has informed us that he is unable to join the meeting because of some technical issues. He has given us his questions and we will answer them in due course.
Thank you, Mahima.
Could you please invite Smita Shah ma'am?
Okay. I invite Mrs. Smita Bharat Shah. We were not able to hear her earlier. I invite her again. Mrs. Smita Bharat Shah.
Smita ma'am, I would request you to unmute your audio and start your video.
Hello.
Yes, Mrs. Shah.
हेलो
Can you hear you?
हाँ, आपकी आवाज आ रही है अभी.
आ रही है ना आवाज मेरी?
Yes.
ओके सर. थोड़ा नेटवर्क इशू काफी है तो थोड़ा तकलीफ हो रही है सर. कोई बात नहीं. थैंक यू सर. माननीय चेयरमैन सर श्री प्रदीप जी, श्री अनुज जैन जी और अन्य माननीय डायरेक्टर सर, मेरा नाम स्मिता शाह, बंबई से स्मिता शाह बात कर रही हूँ. सर पहले तो मैं आज अनुज जैन का मैं एज ए एमडी मैं बोर्ड पर उनको हार्दिक बधाई देते हुए स्वागत करती हूँ. और दूसरी बात सर, कंपनी का गुड परफॉर्मेंस और काफी अवार्ड्स के लिए अभिनंदन. थोड़ा चढ़ा उतार तो है ही, फिर भी मार्केट में आज आपने सालों साल आपने नेरोलैक का नाम बनाकर रखा है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. और ऐसे भी आपने सेंचुरी तो पार कर दी है, लेकिन सर मार्केट में आपके साथ काफी कॉम्पिटिटर है. सो आपने अपना नाम बना रखने के लिए इसके लिए आपने फ्यूचर्स के कौन से प्लान बनाए हैं? और आपके काफी सारे नए प्रोडक्ट अभी मैं सर सब में मेंशन नहीं करूँ क्योंकि ऑलरेडी मेरे आगे भी बोल चुके हैं। तो काफी सारे आपने जो प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च किए हैं तो अच्छी बात है क्योंकि आपने कस्टमर का ख्याल रखा है, बहुत अच्छी बात है। लेकिन सर उसका आपको कस्टमर का रिस्पांस कितना मिल रहा है तो जरा बताने की कृपा करें। और दूसरी बात सर, आपके काफी सारे प्लांट है, जैसे महाराष्ट्र में है, हरियाणा में है, तमिलनाडु में है, ऐसे गुजरात में भी सयाखा प्लांट, सारीगम प्लांट है। तो सर हम चाहते हैं कि, और आपने एक अपकमिंग प्लांट आपका एक विशाखापट्टनम में जो आ रहा है तो वो शुरू हुआ या नहीं हुआ है और कब से शुरू होने वाला है तो जरा बताने की कृपा करें। और सर आपने मेरे आगे भी जो बताया कि 100 साल कंप्लीट होने के बाद भी आपने कुछ बोनस भी नहीं दिया, थोड़ा विजिट भी नहीं है, तो विजिट तो ठीक है, 2 साल भी ऐसे ही सबका बहुत कठिन में गया है। तो सर अभी हमारी एक रिक्वेस्ट है कि नेक्स्ट ईयर अभी अच्छा होने के बाद सब पूरा ये सिचुएशन व्यवस्थित हो जाने के बाद आप गुजरात प्लांट की विजिट जरूर कराएं, ताकि बहुत हमें भी एक प्लांट की विजिट हमें होने मिलेगी सर, तो जरूर ध्यान रखें। और आपने डिविडेंड गया साल आपने 525 दिया, इस टाइम आपने उसका घटाकर 225 दिया है सर। तो मेरी तो हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं कि कंपनी दिन प्रतिदिन चौगुनी तरक्की के साथ आगे बढ़े और हमेशा मार्केट में आप हमेशा अव्वल में रहे और अपना नाम कमाते रहे और हमारा डिविडेंड आगे फ्यूचर में बहुत सारा बढ़ाते रहे। बस यही मेरी एक शुभकामना है और ईश्वर आपकी हेल्थ वेल्थ हमेशा बढ़िया बनाए रखे, ये शुभ भावना के साथ आपको अंतर से शुभकामनाएं है। और मैं आज के सभी रिजोल्यूशन में फुल सपोर्ट करती हूँ और मैं कंपनी सेक्रेटरी श्री गोविंद राजन जी और उनकी टीम से ललित जी और शीतल जी बहुत ही हेल्पफुल है, काफी सारे हेल्पफुल हमें कांटेक्ट करते अभी हमको बोलने का मौका दिया सर, आपके साथ बात करने का मैं रियली हार्टली उनको मैं धन्यवाद मैं करती हूँ कि बहुत ही गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे। पूरी सेक्रेटरी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन। और सर मैं जरूर रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि नेक्स्ट ईयर हम आपके साथ अच्छी गुड हेल्थ वेल के साथ आप भी और हम भी हम फिजिकल एजीएम में मिले, यही ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करते हुए मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ। सर भरत साहब बात करें, चालू रखिए। थैंक यू सर।
सर आवाज आ रही है ना सर?
यस यस आ रही है,
आपकी आवाज आ रही है।
माननीय चेयरमैन श्री प्रदीप जी, एमडी श्री अनुज जी और अन्य मान्यवर डायरेक्टर, सर मेरा नाम भरत शाह। सर मैं पहला तो अनुज जी जैन एमडी का बोर्ड पर हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। मैं आपका फूलों से स्वागत करना चाहता था, लेकिन वीसी है तो हृदयपूर्वक हार्डली आपका स्वागत करता हूँ। सर मेरी कोई क्वेरी नहीं है, बरसों से आपका शेयर होल्डर रहा हूँ, बहुत न्यूट्रली कंपनी चला रहे हो सर, शेयर होल्डर का हमेशा ख्याल रखा है, अच्छा गुड रिटर्न शेयर होल्डर को दिया है, तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर। और सर डिविडेंड व्यवस्थित अच्छा है, लेकिन गया साल से कम है, तो नेक्स्ट ईयर व्यवस्थित डिविडेंड देने की कृपा है, बढ़ाने की कृपा है। और सर सारे अवार्ड्स के लिए भी मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर। और सीएसआर एक्टिविटी भी बहुत अच्छी चल रही है, मानवता कार्य का कार्य, तो मैं धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर। और और सर 100 इयर्स हो गए तो रंग वाला और अपने पहले कोई भाटिया सर शेयर होल्डर है, उन्होंने जो बोला है सर, तो ऐसा ही मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि 100 इयर्स हो गए तो आप बोनस जरूर नेक्स्ट ईयर देने की कृपा करना। और सर फैक्ट्री विजिट भी नहीं कराया तो 100 इयर्स हो गए तो एक बार फैक्ट्री विजिट कराइए गुजरात प्लांट की कोई, तो सर शेयर होल्डर को जानने को मिलेगा, तो जरूर नेक्स्ट ईयर फैक्ट्री विजिट भी कराने की कृपा करना सर। और कंपनी सेक्रेटरी गोविंद राजन जी और उनकी टीम के ललित जी और शीतल जी और उनकी पूरी सेक्रेटरी टीम को बहुत हृदयपूर्वक अभिनंदन देता हूँ और आभार मानता हूँ उनका सर। शेयर होल्डर की कोई क्वेरी है तो वो सोल्व करते हैं, रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं सर, गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे, हार्ड वर्किंग सीएस टीम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर। और सर नेक्स्ट ईयर फेस टू फेस जरूर मिलना सर, तो एक आत्मीयता का बड़ा होएगा। और सर हम भी हमका भी आपको रूबरू मिलने का मन कर रहा है सर। तो अभी तो परिस्थिति सब कंट्रोल में आ रही है, बहुत से फंक्शन हो रहे हैं सर, बहुत सी एजीएम भी हॉल में हो रही है, तो नेक्स्ट ईयर जरूर फेस टू फेस मीटिंग रखना सर। और सारे त्योहारों की सर शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ और सब रिजोल्यूशन में मेरा पूरा सपोर्ट है सर। और थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, थैंक यू, जय हिंद,
Jai Shri Krishna, sir. Jai Hind, Jai Shri Krishna, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shah. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Shah. So with this, we complete the questions, and now I'll come to the answers. I'll try to address, each and every question. So starting from Mr. Dinesh Kotecha, thank you for your compliments in terms of, conducting this AGM earlier. And also based on your suggestion, we have started incorporating figures in lakhs and crores. Thank you for recognizing that. Just to inform all of you that our report is already integrated report. A few questions have come. And this is as per the guideline of GRI Global Reporting Initiative 4.0, and it's an integrated report which we provide. Some of the suggestions which Mr. Dinesh Kotecha has given in terms of recurring income, whether it should be, the other income should be a recurring one. So we make a note of it. That is always an endeavor. Profit reduced, it's mainly because of inflation, especially the fourth quarter when you spoke about. Because in the fourth quarter, I think this question also has come from various speakers. Fourth quarter, our mix of business is very different. The more mix is towards industrial and less is towards decorative. And in industrial, the inflation has been very high. And whenever the industrial mix goes up, we got impacted, because there the profit is less. Advertising expenses and promotion, which you are seeing gone up. Actually, last 3-4 years, we have reduced the expenditure on advertising promotion, which we realized that it was not good for us. And now we are slowly, taking it up, because one, to increase the business from the advertising and promotion expensive. Other is that, that even for the continuity of the business, there are certain expenses of advertising which cannot be cut, and they have to be maintained for the purpose of maintaining business for, sustained business, for the continuity of business. Dividend, many speakers, shareholders have mentioned about it. We respect the sentiments, but we had given a dividend of 225%. And last year, we had given a special dividend of 200%, which was mainly because we have completed 100 years. Otherwise, if you look at our history, I think we are following the payout ratio, and that is what we have followed this time. But because the profit was less, and therefore the dividend less. Otherwise, from our side, there's not even a single year in the past which we have missed, and we have followed the same thing. Financial highlights on last page, that is a suggestion which we make a note and see that how we can improve upon it. When you're talking about the trend, you are saying no movement in sale business mix. It is primarily because of last 2-3 years, because before that, you can see there was a continuous movement, but last 2-3 years in the COVID situation, in 2021 especially, the business was not so good, but slowly the business has picked up. And one of the reasons, which when you compare with the other peers or competitors, our mix is very different. We are the probably only company who has a 50-50 mix of industrial and decorative, and both the markets move differently, and therefore, in comparison, our movement is always different. You spoke about new competition. How do you see the competitors? Yes, there is a lot of new competition which is coming up in paints, and the only statement I can say is that we are a 100-year-old company. We are adaptive to change. We have seen the changes in the past. New business is always welcome. New competition is always welcome. But obviously, it intensifies the competition in the market, for which we are prepared and will be preparing more about it. Steps to increase efficiencies. I think this. If you look at our overheads, they are the lowest in the industry, and we always work on the improvement of the efficiencies. But yes, last 1 year, 2 years, the different kind of challenges, and we are not complacent about it. We are definitely clear that we have to figure out more ways to increase our efficiencies. You mentioned on 245 page the indirect taxes. The demand of taxes always comes along with the penalty. That's a normal routine. More details. I think the report, if you compare for say last few years, the annual report is already becoming very thick, but we have been providing a lot of information. You are asking more information, we'll definitely evaluate. You are asking for this on 218, the distribution of shareholder, we had given top 10. So earlier there was requirement, now there is no requirement. That's why the details are not provided. But nevertheless, if you want this information, you can contact our company secretary, and this information can be provided to you. New products, we have launched some new products in the last year, and in the first quarter also we have launched some products. And this is more and more consumer segmentation is happening in this market, and our product pipeline is robust now, and many products we are going to launch. Water positive, you said 24-25, and yes, it's an aspiration we have, and we are on target. In fact, we feel that by 24-25, this is our commitment, and we will be able to get the water positive. Physical meeting, everybody's expressed. We also feel it is always to meet person to person, and also that we are able to greet each other. And this time we were extra careful because the situation is up and down, volatile. Numbers are going up. So we have not considered, but going forward, definitely we'll look into it. Coming to Mr. Yusuf Rangwala, आपने जो क्वेश्चंस रेज किए उसके लिए बहुत थैंक्स. आपने गोविंद राजन और जापान के बारे में जो तारीफ की उसके लिए बहुत बहुत थैंक्स. जो 100 ईयर का सेलिब्रेशन और फैक्ट्री विजिट के लिए आपने बोला, फैक्ट्री विजिट सेलिब्रेशन बोनस, मैं समझता हूँ कि 100 ईयर्स हमने किया, लेकिन कभी किसी ने सोचा नहीं था कि 100 ईयर्स जब हम कंप्लीट करेंगे तो ये चैलेंजिंग सिचुएशन देखने को मिलेगी जो अभी मिली. तो आज की डेट में कंपनी अपने को गियर अप कर रही है कि इस सिचुएशन से कैसे बाहर निकले. फैक्ट्री विजिट हमारा थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल नहीं है, दैट्स वाई हमने आज भी लास्ट एजीएम में भी ट्राई किया था और आज भी ट्राई किया कि एक वीडियो जो हमने साइखा की और गोविंदवाल साहब प्लांट की आज रन की, सो दैट आप लोगों को फैक्ट्री के बारे में थोड़ा सा आइडिया मिल सके. बोनस का क्वेश्चन आपने रेज किया, काफी और लोगों ने रेज किया, बट ये एक बिजनेस की परफॉर्मेंस के साथ अप्रोप्रिएटली जब भी एक राइट टाइम आएगा तब हम लोग आपको इन्फॉर्म करेंगे. कोविड इफेक्ट कुछ ऑलमोस्ट मोर देन 400 एम्प्लॉइज लास्ट 2-3 इयर्स में हमारे इफेक्ट हुए हैं, एंड काफी लोगों ने रिकवर किया, बट 8 पीपल वी लॉस्ट, दैट वाज क्वाइट अनफॉर्चुनेट. एंड हम लोग भी आपसे मिलने के लिए बेकरार हैं, तो रेस्ट एश्योर्ड दैट जब भी ये मौका मिलेगा हम लोग इसके लिए ट्राई करेंगे. मिस्टर भरत शाह एंड मिसेस भरत शाह, थैंक यू. आपकी बधाइयों के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जो आपने मेरे मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर के लिए बधाइयां दी. एंड यू वांट टू नो अबाउट द फ्यूचर प्लान, सो आई थिंक दैट्स अ क्वेश्चन व्हिच हैज कम. काफी लोगों ने इस क्वेश्चन को रेज किया है, मैं कुछ आने वाले क्वेश्चंस में उसको हैंडल करूंगा. वाइजेक जो प्लांट था वो जब कोविड सिचुएशन थी तो हमारा उस प्लांट को हमने डेफर कर दिया, बिकॉज कोविड के अंदर डिमांड थोड़ा कम हुआ एंड अपने पास कैपेसिटी अवेलेबल थी तो हमने उसको डेफर किया. अभी जैसे डिमांड ऊपर जा रही है तो हम उसको रीवैल्यूएट करके उसको आगे लेके जाएंगे. एंड सारे त्योहारों के लिए जो मिस्टर भरत शाह ने बधाइयां दी उसको हम एक्नॉलेज करते हैं, एंड आपकी हेल्थ के लिए भी हम शुभकामनाएं हमारी आपके साथ हैं. Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia, again integrated report, which I said that this was the integrated report. Sustainability, we are taking a lot of initiative. It's a endeavor of Kansai Japan and including Kansai Nerolac. We do a lot of activity in sustainability. So we work on increasing our this energy from the renewable sources. So if you look at electricity today, we are almost 31%. Overall energy is about 50%. Water positive, we are trying to become 24-25. We are looking at a reduction in the specific power consumption or fuel consumption. There are initiatives which we are taking related to a climate change. We are looking at task force for this climate financial disclosure, science-based targets, and also the roadmap to neutrality. And in the speech of Mr. Pradeep Shah, he mentioned about some of the acknowledgements which we got from CRISIL. Even in this year, CRISIL Sustainability Yearbook, there were more than 500 companies they have evaluated, and 14 companies they put in the leadership situation, and your company Kansai Nerolac is one of those companies who has been placed in the 14 position in the leadership category for their sustainability effort. Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia, I thank you for recognizing the services of Mr. Baruka, and at the appropriate time definitely will communicate your wishes to him. You mentioned about Goodless Nerolac. It's quite emotional to our ears. We good to hear about Goodless Nerolac. From that time you're continuing your relationship. And new competition, how it will affect JSW. You mentioned about water-based paint. So water-based paint is manufactured by all the companies. Even in our case, more than 50% of sale come from water-based. Why JSW mentioned that water-based? Because as of now, they have not started the solvent-based product. Otherwise, all companies are making the water-based product. New competition, you are saying how it will affect. So it's a new competition. As I said, that we have a track record. We have been adapted to changes, but there is a new competition definitely coming, and the intensity will intensify. So there are a lot of steps which we are working upon. In maybe some subsequent question, I'll try to answer that. Coming to Mr. Vaman Oak, ESG initiative I spoke about. It is all about energy, water reduction, hazardous waste reduction, and related to climate change. Where we want to contribute to see that how this increasing temperature, comes under control. We are part of that initiative. I spoke about it. Dealer painter support in the COVID time, the dealer painter support, whatever support was possible, physical, in terms of money, in terms of digitalization, we have provided. We came up with the apps for the dealer, for the painter, and for everyone, so that, they can interact digitally. So every, whether it is our team, whether it is dealer or painter, everyone has app, and they can communicate, they can interact, they can use their, they can generate their invoicing, they can place the order, they can use their points. So everything they can do it through that. CSR initiatives, primarily we do in terms of promoting health, education, and the sustainability areas. And all our plants, they from the team of the Nerolac also participate in the CSR activities, and most of the details this time, the details in the annual report is quite comprehensive. Most of the details for CSR we have covered in our report. Mr. Santosh Saraf, thanks. आपने जो appreciation दिया सबको new plants, rainwater harvesting. Yeah, see, on the CSR impact assessment also we have covered because that's a new requirement. So one impact assessment we do internally where we also see that our CSR activities, how many lives we are touching. There is a requirement now that for any project which is more than 1 crore, there the impact assessment is to be done from outside, which we have done, and that report is published in the annual report. Mr. Santosh Saraf, thanks. Rainwater harvesting हम सारे plants के अंदर करते हैं, उसका details भी हमने अपनी annual report में mention किया है. प्लास्टिक यूज जो लेस देन एक पर्टिकुलर माइक्रोन का जो प्लास्टिक यूज था उस पर हमने पूरा कंट्रोल लास्ट ईयर से शुरू कर दिया था, एंड अभी प्लास्टिक के नए रूल्स आए हैं जो कि उसके अंदर एनवायरनमेंट रेगुलेशन जो है उनको हम फॉलो कर रहे हैं, उसके हिसाब से एप्लीकेशन हमने ऑलरेडी फाइल की हुई है. थैंक्स फॉर योर कंसर्न जो आपने कोविड के हिसाब से बोला. एज ऑफ नाउ वी हैव एंश्योर्ड कि जो भी हमारी एम्प्लॉयज हैं मोर देन 99% हैव कवर्ड, जो फर्स्ट डोज से और सेकंड डोज से. बूस्टर डोज स्लोली चल रहे हैं, बट आपके सजेशन के हिसाब से हम उसको भी पूरी तरह से ट्रैक करेंगे. नेक्स्ट इज मिस्टर आस्पी बेसेनिया. प्रॉफिट रिडक्शन आई ऑलरेडी मेंशन्ड दैट दिस इज मेनली बिकॉज ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रियल मिक्स इन द लास्ट क्वार्टर वेयर द मिक्स वाज हायर, and inventory is also up mainly because of the inflation, because the chemical inflation was more than 35%, and mainly the inventory is up because of the inflation. If I ignore the inflation, that inventory is under control. Dividend year-wise outstanding, you are saying generally, you know that so we have been doing a lot of follow-up. We follow the procedure and we maintain a separate bank account, and 2 to 3% generally is unclaimed. And as per the regulation requirement, after 7 years we transfer to IPF, so that all this we do, and regularly we are sending the reminders to all the shareholders for claiming the dividend. Ms. Vasudha Dakwe, retail outlet in Maharashtra. So as of now, our reach at the country level, we are about 35 to 40% of the network, and some of the markets, Maharashtra is not so strong market for us, where our reach is slightly lower, and we need to work upon that. And that could be the reason when you find that in some of the outlets, the material is not available. Mrs. Celestine Mascarenas, thanks for appreciating Govindarajan effort. ESG rating, you said we are already rated. As I said, even in this year, we have been recognized in the CRISIL Sustainability Yearbook. Carbon footprint, if you look at last 6 years, from 2015-16, we are tracking. We have reduced our carbon footprint by 31%. Specifically to last year, we have reduced it by 12%. New products we are introducing, and they are contributing as well. Sometimes the new products are related to a volume drivers, and sometimes it is also related to a imagery, because there is a lot of differentiation in the products which are available. So that an extent, the introduction of the new product is really going up. Mr. Dipankar Purkashta, that whistleblower complaint you asked about, all these 4 complaints was related to one of our manufacturing plant. And typically the process what we follow is that we do an internal investigation, and also we give it to the auditors who do the independent investigations, and that report is presented in the audit committee, and based on the findings the appropriate actions are taken. In the con call you heard about market share loss in decorative. Yes, it is a fact that we had some loss of share. Primarily one of the reasons, as we said, that some marketing expenditure and also some of the new businesses which have started in this industry, we are conscious of that. But over a period of 10 years, if you see, because before that for a few years, we also gained market share. So overall, over a period of 10 years, our market share is in the range of 10%. So that was your question. Ms. Lekha Shah, just coming back to Mr. Dipankar again. In industrial and decorative, you said the structure. So we have a separate business units, and that we are trying to expand so that both the functions are independent. So that is what we have done. In terms of return on capital employed, you are saying less than half. So as I said that when you're comparing with the other companies, so most of the companies you refer to their decorative, and we are quite a balanced mix of decorative and industrial. And ROC in decorative is good, ROC in industrial is not so good. So I can only say that it cannot be compared with the other companies, but we are conscious of the fact that today our ROC is around 12%, which we need to improve upon. And we are working in terms of product mix, the business mix, capacity utilization. Some of these areas we are working to see that how do we improve, but we are conscious that how do we bring our ROC up. Heavy capex on Vizag. I'm not very sure that whether in the last AGM this mention was Vizag, because Vizag was a new land what we have taken. Maybe the mention was there for Saikha, where we have invested a lot of money, and that was basically industrial plant to service our industrial customers. And unfortunately, last 2-3 years, the demand of the this industrial customers have gone down. But industrial demand is always cyclic, so it's a matter of time. And when you see the uptake, we will be able to use this plant effectively. And I think when we are able to increase our this utilization of the capacity, it will also help in terms of ROC. And also, one of the reasons this demand was impacted also was related to a semiconductor chips shortages, which slowly and gradually it is improving. It is still not coming to 100%, but I think it is gradually improving. Coming to Mr. Lekha Shah, thanks for recognizing all the awards what we have got and the CSR activities which we are doing, which we do with our heart. COVID second wave impact was there primarily in the period of May, June last year and partly in the month of January. But operations we were able to continue. The impact of this COVID was far lesser than the earlier impact. So temporarily this impact was there, but I think we were able to see the demand coming back sooner. And supply chain, there were challenges, but we have ensured, our supply chain team ensured that no customer is impacted. Maybe the inventories have gone up and the lead times have gone up. All that has been considered, but we ensured that customers are not affected. Mr. Dinesh Bhatia, thanks. आपकी विशेष के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपने भी शायद वो पीयर ग्रुप के साथ कंपेयर करते हुए आपका क्वेश्चन था कि हमारी पोजीशन क्या है. तो हम लोग आज इंडस्ट्री में नंबर 3 पे हैं. इंडस्ट्रियल में ऑटो में हमारा नंबर 1 पोजीशन है, डेकोरेटिव में नंबर 3 है, लेकिन ओवरऑल हमारी पोजीशन नंबर 3 है. एंड जो आपने बोला बिल्कुल आपके सेशन साथ हैं कि हमें और हार्ड वर्क करने की जरूरत है. आपने जैसा बोला हम उस पर काम कर रहे हैं. प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी जो Q4 की लो थी, मैंने बताया कि इंडस्ट्रियल मिक्स की वजह से वो लो थी. एंड बोनस, न्यू प्लांट और डिविडेंड के पॉइंट मैंने पहले कवर किए. द नेक्स्ट इज Mrs. Humayun Beruz. Thank you, and we remember your husband, Mr. Beruz. Our tribute to Mr. Beruz, and we remember still. And thank you. You are still continuing, and you are here with us and talking to us. So we are not a part of essential services. We are not. And shops, you are saying not keeping Nerolac. So as I said, that our reach is 40% at the country level. Maybe in certain market it may be 30%. So unfortunately, if we go to other, it is not there. But in the future plan, we do have a plan to increase our reach so that this inconvenience is not there. You said good marketing team. Yes, we have a marketing team, and we are expanding the marketing team to tackle the future plans also. And other competitors, what you had asked. So in our industry, Asian Paint is there, Berger Paint is there, ExxonMobil is there. Now Indigo Paint is there, GSW is there, and Nippon Paint is there. These are some of the primary competitors, what we have. So with this, I have covered the questions of all the speakers. I will take some of the advanced questions, what we have received, and then concurrent questions. Some of the advanced questions I have already answered, so I may not repeat, but something what we have not answered. So one question is, there is a change in the leadership. The new MD has come. What are the new initiative changes the new MD is going to take? I can say that, we completed 100th year, and as I said that we are familiar of this market. We have faced a lot of changes in terms of product, regulation, competition, and we are a legacy company versus the new companies, what you're talking about. So we have track record, but having said that, yes, we understand that next 100 years are going to be very different. And, we have to see that how do we make ourselves fit for the next 100 years. One business capital, we talk about all the 6 financial capital, which some of you have referred to, and that is mentioned in our report: financial capital, intellectual capital, human, social, and relationship capital. All capitals we have mentioned. But one business capital that control all others is people, and people are driven by the culture. So my endeavor is to build the culture with innovation, collaboration, and empowerment, and in the process keep employees engaged, happy, and productive. This to me will be the primary driver of financial performance. In terms of business, we will be more aggressive in building our strength and plugging weaknesses, going forward. There was a question on Paint Plus. So we believe that, as we said, that in industrial, auto, we are number 1. So technology is our expertise, and we want to provide customers the solution to their problem. So Paint Plus is a direction in that regard, and is going beyond color or finish. Plus is a feature that protects the surface or surroundings. We believe that beauty is not how it looks, but beauty is what it does. And that's our direction and endeavor related to Paint Plus. Niche segments, we are in rebar, super durables, coil coatings, Icro wood finishing and adhesive. And these businesses are small volumes. They contribute 3 to 4% of the business, but we are doing well. Has company taken any steps to increase the visibility? We have started our brand campaigns with Paint Plus and Jingle, which is quite popular in case of Nerolac, and Japanese technology. Market development team, we are increasing to communicate with influencers and customers, and we are increasing our distribution footprint. Vishakhapatnam, I think the question I've answered, that we have deferred, and now in the changing situation, we are reevaluating the thing. There was a question on that Kansai Paint Japan sold their decorative business in Africa. So what is the assurance that it will not do the same in India? What does KNP propose to do in such case? Is the decorative business not the forte area of the parent company? How do you expect the parent company to help you in this case? So it is something to do with the geographical reasons, and I can only say that it is something to do with the geographical reason. Kansai is committed to maximize strength in India, and we are very important and integral part of Kansai Paint Japan. In fact, Kansai commitment has further gone up to see that how they strengthen their business in the Indian market. Will there be a management change in the management style? I already spoke about it. This country, I think some of the questions we have already answered. The related to ROC, I've already answered that what steps we are taking in terms of product mix, capacity utilization, and plant efficiency and premiumization in certain businesses like non-automotive. Some of the steps related to a new competition, how we want to be prepared for the future. Just to tell you some glimpse of that, we are launching differentiated products to make inroads in the high value, high profitable premium segment. We are building campaigns to communicate this differentiation to the consumer. We are developing a market development team to meet influencers and customers to communicate about this differentiated product. We are launching services, and some market we are offering the proposition of 5 days, and a lead generation through digital marketing to generate business for influencers and dealers and increasing footprint. So these are some of the advanced questions which I've covered. And now going to, yeah, so there are some concurrent questions, but these are repetitive. Basically about the company, why the last year was not good and not issuing the bonus share. I think this question we have already answered. So with this, we covered all the questions of the speakers who had personally asked, the advanced questions and the concurrent questions. So we complete that. Yeah. Now the question and answer session stand completed, and I'll proceed to move towards resolutions proposed to be passed at the AGM. As you know, there are 7 resolutions in total, consisting of 6 ordinary resolutions and 1 special resolution that form part of the notice of the AGM. The resolutions to be passed at the AGM are available on NSDL's e-voting portal. The remote e-voting portal had been kept open for voting by the shareholders from 9 a.m. on 20th June 2022 to 5 p.m. on 22nd June 2022. Those shareholders who have not yet cast their vote can vote through the e-voting portal, which shall be kept open for further 15 minutes from now. After 15 minutes allowed for e-voting, the meeting shall be considered as concluded. The combined results of the entire e-voting process will be announced along with the report of the scrutinizer in terms of the provisions of applicable laws at the registered office of the company by 6 p.m. on 24 June 2022. The same shall be placed on the website of the company and would also be informed to the BSE, NSE, and NSDL. The timer for the e-voting will now start, and the e-voting portal will be closed after 15 minutes. Thank you. Yes, to conclude.
Okay, thank you everyone. Now the e-voting period will be continued for 15 minutes, and then the meeting will be considered as concluded. Thank you.
Thank you.